Hi guys, welcome to the Wellness Collective's free yoga on Saturday. My name is Sam and I'm the yoga instructor there. And a few weeks ago, I had done a series of classes on the yamas, which are the first limb of Patanjali's 8-limb path from the Yoga Sutras, which in the 8-limb path just kind of lays out steps we could take or a path towards enlightenment, towards freedom, towards liberation from self, all that kind of stuff. It's just a way of living. Niyamas include ahimsa, nonviolence, satya, truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, which is moderation or the right use of our energy, and aparigraha, which is non-attachment, non-greed. And they're basically things that how we do, and the second limb of Patanjali's 8-limb path is called the niyamas. And the niyamas are kind of recommendations or guidelines for self-discipline. They're observances that we take on to kind of aid our practice in our lives. And they're not so much outwardly done, but more internally done and internally practiced. But they do apply, to our life, and they kind of make life easier to go through. They're just a series of suggestions and guidelines to go over. And there are 5 niyamas in the 8-limb path. They include saucha, which is purity or cleanliness, santosha, which is contentment, tapas, which is discipline and persistence, svadhyaya, which is self-study, and isvari pranidhana, which is devotion to your higher power, whatever. And today we're going to be talking about the first of the niyamas, which is saucha. And you hear that and you think purity and cleanliness. And yes, this can literally mean taking care of our physical hygiene, brushing our teeth, showering, cleaning our yoga mat when we're done, wiping it down, physically picking up our space around us, physically picking up our room, our apartment, so that we live and we inhabit a clean, pure place. Because if you've ever noticed, it's really hard to concentrate and it's really hard to get in the zone when everything's all cluttered and things are all over the place. And that's kind of what this niyama speaks about. It's okay. What this niyama speaks about is like clearing away that clutter and clearing away that messiness so that we can live truthfully and purely as ourselves, as our whole being. But it extends to more than just, our physical space and the physical acts of cleaning and physical acts of purity, but it's also about our mind and our speech and keeping those things pure also. It's like, what are the thoughts that we're having? What are we giving our attention to? Are they good thoughts? Are they negative thoughts? Do you need to change something? Do you need to reassess something? How do you talk to yourself? How do you talk to others? Are you gossiping? Are you spreading negativity? Saucha is really about purity of being and being able to observe without judgment. It's not seeing as the world as black and white and good and bad. It's just kind of seeing things as they are. And that quote I put this week, it's like, purity is not our attempt to make something different than it is. Rather, it is to be pure in our relationship with what it is as it is in the moment. And that's what really saucha is about, is accepting the purity of the moment and accepting that each part is necessary for the whole. And whatever is going on in this moment is necessary to get you to the next step, but we need to first accept that. And saucha really helps us with that acceptance of the now and accepting things as they are. And it's just, so it applies to how we speak, how we act, and how we act towards ourselves. And so really it goes beyond just being clean and being pure. And it's just trying to be clean and pure with everything, with our thoughts, our actions. And so as you go through practice, just kind of notice the way you're thinking about yourself, things that you talk to yourself, what you're saying to yourself, etc., stuff like that. And just, be mindful of what you're spreading, what you're putting out in the world, because what we put out in the world is what we get back. And if we spread negativity and we spread toxicity, then we're just going to get that right back to us. So with that being said, I'm going to make our way over to our mat. Nearly done. We're just gonna get started on our knees today at the back of our mat, just in our thunderbolt position. Sorry, just getting the dog situated.
I know, she's bougie, sorry. She likes blankets.
We sit on our mat, just sit and think about your intention for today's practice and think about the words that you're putting into your body, the words you're speaking to yourself, how you're treating yourself, how you're interacting with the world, are you accepting it in its pure form? And have that intention to approach everything as pure and clean as you can. Just take a deep inhale in. As we raise our arms up. And exhale. Move down to heart center. Just taking a few breaths here, just to center yourself. When you're ready, we're going to bring our left hand down to the mat beside us, reach our right hand up and over. Just get a side stretch in that side body, waking it up. As you inhale, feel that oxygen go to expand your side body. Inhale back up. Now bring your right hand down to the mat. And let your left hand reaches up and over. Side stretching the other side. And as you breathe, just feel your side expanding. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the left hand behind you. Your right hand comes to your left knee and just slightly twist, looking over your left shoulder. Starting to wake up the spine a little bit. Your chest lifted and your spine straight. Inhale back through center. Exhale the other side. So the right hand comes behind you, left hand comes to your right knee, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale back through center. Slight back bend. Then release your hands, interlace them behind your back. Reach your fists towards your mat, lifting your chest up, looking up. And as we exhale, just fold over into your child's pose. Reaching your fist towards the ceiling. Getting a nice stretch in your shoulders. And just taking another breath here, inhaling. And as you exhale, you can release your arms out in front of you. If you want to open your knees into your wide-legged child's pose, you can do that. If you want to keep them together, it's up to you. Just slowly reaching your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Sinking your hips back on the heels. Next inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Using that right hand for your left hand. You can put it on top of your left hand or just try and reach towards it that way. Again, stretching the side body in that child's pose. And just breathing in here. And inhale back through center. And as we exhale, walk our hands over to the right. Trying to reach that left hand on top of the right. One more inhale here. As we exhale, slowly walk your hands back through center. And now just come up to our tabletop. So our shoulders are going to come over our wrists, our hips are over our knees. We're just going to do some cat cows. So we're going to inhale, bring your belly button down to your mat, lift your chest up, your tailbone up. And as you exhale, round your shoulders, bring your navel to your spine, tuck your tailbone. You want to add some movement here. Move your hips up a little bit as you inhale, cow. And exhale, pull them back. And just gives another layer to your cat cows, just a little more movement if that feels good. You can go at your own pace. It feels good to move your hips from side to side. Just slowly waking your body up. And then if you want to get a little wrist stretch, we're just going to turn and face our hands. So our fingertips are facing our thighs. And you can just rock back and forth on your wrists. Just slowly stretching your wrists and your arms. And maybe turn them to the side, side to side. And back to our regular tabletop. And now we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up straight behind you. If that feels good, you want to lift that left arm out in front of you. Just take 2 deep breaths here. Let's inhale, slightly lift it up. Exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Up. And exhale, back down. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back out. And we're going to just swing this right leg over to the side. Coming onto the edge of our right foot. Now we're going to lift that left arm up. And exhale, thread the needle through. Bringing your left shoulder down to your mat. You can stay on your right fingertips. Or if you want to walk your right fingertips over to the left corner of your mat. Or bring them around, reaching for that thigh. Stretching that left shoulder out. And inhale back up. And we're going to inhale, lift that left arm up and stretch it over towards your toes in our gate pose. So we want to keep our hips square. So we're really just leaning over towards the side. Inhale back up. Exhale, bring the left hand down to your mat. Reach that right arm up and over. Back through center. And then we're going to come back into our tabletop. Lift that right leg up. Swing it back behind us. And just rotate that ankle. Just bring them in circles. Maybe go the other way. Then bend that knee. Reach that left arm around and see if you can grab onto your foot or your ankle and push that foot up towards the ceiling. Keeping your chest lifted, focusing on the drishti point in front of you. Just take 2 more breaths here, inhaling. And release down. And now we're going to do the other side. Inhale that left leg out straight behind us. If that feels good, you want to put that right arm out in front. And hold for 2 breaths. Inhaling, lift up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhaling out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back out. And then swing that left foot over to the side, coming into our gate pose. Lifting that right arm up. Exhale. Thread the needle, bring that right shoulder down to your mat. Reaching these left fingertips to the right corner. Or coming around, reaching for the right thigh. Each inhale, just try and bring your shoulder a little bit closer to the mat. So keeping your hips square if possible. One more breath. And coming back up to our gate pose. And turn our toes face up. Inhale, lift our arms up. Exhale, fold over, reaching for your left toes. Feeling that stretch in your left hamstring, your left calf. Inhaling back up. Right hand down to the mat. That left arm reaches up and over. Feeling back up, bringing your hands down to your mat. Lifting that left leg up and behind. Just doing some ankle circles, one direction, and then go the other direction. Bend that left knee, reach that right arm around. Grab onto that left ankle as you kick that foot up towards the ceiling. Keeping your chest lifted. Another 2 breaths here, inhaling in. And exhaling out. In. As you exhale, slowly release it down. Sorry. Now from here, just going to tuck our toes and start to hover our calves a little bit, just for a second, warming up the core. And slowly push yourself up into your down dog, keeping your knees bent if that feels good. Bending one leg at a time. And if it feels good for you to straighten your heels all the way down to the mat, pushing the mat away with your hands and your feet. I'm just going to take 2 deep breaths in our down dog. Inhale. And exhale. Trying to bring your chest down to your mat. And keeping your shoulders rounded around your ribs, hips lifted. Inhaling again. As we exhale, just slowly start to walk your feet towards your hands. In our standing forward fold. From here, if you just want to grab opposite elbows, let your head hang down. You can keep a slight bend in your knee if that feels good. And just let your body hang in our ragdoll pose. Letting gravity bring our elbows towards the mat. It feels good to sway side to side. Just listening to your body and what it needs in this moment. Releasing your hands down and your fingertips, the side of your legs. As you just slowly start to roll up, one vertebrae at a time. So we come to standing, rolling our shoulders back, lifting our chest up. Our mountain pose. Palms are facing forward. Feet are about hip distance apart. And feel strong in your mountain pose. Your feet are planted. Inhaling, reach your arms up. Bring your palms to touch and do a slight back bend. That feels good. And exhale, ride it down. Your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or step out to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Rolling your shoulders back, lifting your chest up. Your hips are lifted, your thighs are lifted. Exhale, down dog. Inhale that right leg up into your three-legged dog. Keeping the hips square, reaching that leg high behind you. And the knee, stack the hips. You're slightly working on opening the hip right now. It feels good to do some circles. Next, exhale, step your foot between your hands. Coming into our runner's lunge. We just want to rock back and forth here for a second on the ball of your foot. Just kind of waking that left hip flexor out. And bring that left knee down to the mat. Flip your toes. Coming into our low lunge. Bring your hands overhead. Again, you can go into a slight back bend if that feels good. Or just look out straight in front of you. Also, if you have some blocks, those are also really helpful. If you just want a little bit more stability. We're trying to bring that right hip back, that left hip forward. And exhale, straighten that right leg, coming into our half split. Just gonna flex that right foot, lifting your chest up and folding over the right leg. You can always adjust yourself because you want your left hip to be over your left knee. Just taking 2 more breaths here. And as we exhale, bend into that right knee again, coming into our low lunge. You need to leave your hands at the side if that feels good, or lift them up overhead again. And you don't want to just sink, you want to have there's some strength behind that hip, because if we just sink, then that can tense your hip muscle, pull some things. You want to keep it strong, so only go as far as feels comfortable for you. One more breath here, inhaling in. And as we exhale, straighten that right leg, coming into our half splits one more time on this side. Inhaling your chest up, And as we exhale, fold over. Inhaling back to our low lunge. Tuck those back toes. Slightly walk that heel toe, that right foot over to the edge, right edge of your mat. Coming onto the outside edge of our foot and down to our forearms into our lizard pose. So just letting that right knee fall open to the side. It feels good to bring that left knee down to the mat. In a twisted lizard instead, we can do that. And just opening, really opening that right hip. Inhale, we're going to come up onto our left hand, reach our right hand behind us, grabbing that left foot. Just pulling that in closer towards your body. Get a nice hamstring stretch in both of your legs. And release. Coming back up onto our hands. Slowly heel toeing that foot, that right foot back to center. Now we're back into our runner's lunge. So we've got left palm on the mat. Reach that right arm up for a revolved high line, runner's lunge. Just looking up on the ceiling, having a slight twist in the ball of our left foot. You need to adjust for stability. Next inhale, lifting up into our revolved high lunge. Reaching that right arm for that left leg, that left arm up and over. Just taking 2 breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling back to center. Inhale, bring your arms into cactus. Exhale, straighten that right leg. You can bring that back left leg in a little bit closer. If you need to, like I do usually. And inhale, bending the right knee into our cactus arms. Exhaling, palms touch. Inhaling. And exhaling. Release your arms. See if you can grab opposite elbows. If you want to bring your back leg in a little bit or your right leg, you can adjust yourself however feels comfortable. We're going to do our pyramid. So inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold down over that right leg. If it feels better for you to have your hands on the side for support, that's totally fine. You can also use blocks, whatever works for you. We're just really starting to stretch that right hamstring, that right leg. And inhaling back up, bending that right foot again, leaving that left foot on the floor at like a 35 to 45 degree angle, coming into our warrior one. Taking a deep breath here, inhaling in and exhaling. Next inhale, we're going to try and lift that back left foot off, coming into our airplane mode. So lifting that back leg. If you struggle with balance, feel free to use the chair or the wall. Bring your hands to heart center, or just lift your legs slightly off the ground. It doesn't have to come all the way up. Just slowly working towards that. One more breath here, inhaling. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, lift that left leg up a little bit higher into our standing split. Trying to bring your forehead to your knee. One more breath in. As we exhale, slowly bring that left knee back down, coming back into our warrior one. And then as we exhale, we're going to open up into our warrior two. So bring that left foot so it's almost parallel with the back of your mat. Right foot stays the same, looking over our right fingertips. And bring that right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Bring that left arm up and over in our extended side ankle pose. Really using this right elbow to kind of keep that right hip open. So we're squared to the side. Feels good to look at your fingertips. You can, you don't have to. And reach back up to your warrior two. Flip that front palm and slide that left hand down the left leg. Reach the right arm up and over. Now reverse warrior. One more breath in. Exhale back up to our warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Bring the right fingertips down besides the right foot, looking up towards your left in our triangle pose. Bring your palm all the way down to the mat. Just want to make sure we're opening up towards the side. And a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift yourself back up and turn your toes so they're facing the same direction. Realize your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull down, reaching your fists towards your mat. Your legs come as wide as they need. Feels good to release your hands. Just kind of walk them. You can also start to play with your headstand if you want. That feels good. Bring your head to the mat. Coming into a tripod headstand. And then slowly bring it down. And walking our hands over to the right into our runner's lunge again. Stepping back to our plank and coming onto our right hand to our side plank, reaching that left arm up. Bring the left foot up into our side plank tree pose. Still pushing our hips up towards the ceiling. And bringing that left foot behind you as we reach into our wild thing. One more breath here, inhaling in. And exhale, back through to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to do the other side now. Inhale, lift that left leg up. And if you want to bend that knee and stack the hips, maybe do some knee circles. And exhale, step it through between your hands. Just rocking back and forth on that right ball of your foot again. Bringing the right knee down to your mat. I'm just going to get some water real quick. So we're in our low lunge. You're gonna inhale, bring your palms to touch overhead. Pushing that left hip back now, that right hip forward. Slight back bend. And release your hands down. Exhale, straighten that left foot, coming into our half splits. Inhaling your chest up, exhaling as we fold over that left foot. Again, you can adjust yourself. You need to make yourself square, you need to fix anything. Two more breaths here. Inhaling in. Exhaling. Inhaling, bending that left knee, coming into our low lunge again. Reaching our hands above for a slight back bend. And 2 deep breaths here. And exhale into our half split one more time. Inhaling back. Center to that low lunge, tucking the back toes. Slowly heel toeing the left foot over to the left edge of your mat, coming out to the outer edge of your left foot. Just letting that hip fall open. It feels good. Come down to your forearms. You're gonna bring that right knee down. That's better for you. Just letting this left hip open up slightly. Another breath here, inhaling in. And exhaling. Inhaling, come up onto your right palm. Reach that left arm behind you, reaching for that right foot. Just bring it in close to your body. And release. We're going to come back, bring that left foot in towards the center of our mat again. Tuck our back toes into our runner's lunge. Bring our right palm behind our left foot, reaching our left arm up. On our next inhale, bringing ourselves up in our revolved high lunge. Bring that left arm for the right leg, the right arm up and back. Another breath here. And exhale back through center. Inhale your arms into cactus. And as we exhale, bring our palms to touch. Bring that back foot in a little bit. Inhale into our cactus. Exhale, palms to touch. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, palms to touch. Release your hands. You want to bring that back leg in a little bit or out to the side. Grab opposite elbows. Inhale your chest up. Exhale, fold over into your pyramid pose. Release your hands down again if that feels good for you. And that stretch in that left hamstring. And as we inhale, bending into that left knee, leaning that right leg down, that right foot down at a 45, 35-degree angle. Our arms overhead into our warrior one. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Now bring your hands down to heart center and slowly just start to bring that right foot off the ground into our warrior three. One more breath here, inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Lift that right leg up a little bit higher into our standing split. Trying to bring your forehead towards your knee. And exhale, coming back down to our warrior one. Taking a breath, inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhaling in again. As we exhale, windmill the arms open, bring that back foot so it's almost parallel with the back of your mat, looking over your left fingertips in our warrior two. Bring that left hand down beside the left foot, push that right arm up and over to our extended side angle. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Let's inhale, lift yourself back up. And exhale, flip that palm, push that right hand down the right leg, the left arm up and over, and a reverse warrior. Just take a couple breaths here, inhaling in, exhaling. Inhale back to warrior two, straighten that left leg, exhale that left hand down towards the left foot, bring that right arm up towards the ceiling in our triangle pose. Again, open it up to the side. Breath here, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, lift ourselves back up. Turn your toes to face the same side of your mat. And as we exhale, fold over, down to our wide-legged forward fold. I'll just turn and just face them that way when I can. Then leave the left hand on the mat, reach your right arm up. And bring the right arm down, reach the left arm up. And reach your left hand towards the right leg, stretching towards the one side, reaching that right arm up again. Another deep breath in here. And release. Now bring that right arm for the left leg, and the left hand reaches up. Back through center. Walk your hands over to the side, stepping back into our plank, coming onto our left palm now. We're onto our side plank on the other side. You want to just stay here, that's fine. You want to bring that right foot into our side plank tree pose. Keeping the hips lifted. Inhaling. Exhaling, bring that right foot down to the mat and look over towards your right fingertips for a wild thing. Pushing the hips up towards the ceiling. Another breath here. And as we exhale, coming back through to our plank and down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale, step it through. And now slowly slide that left foot up into our chest. So when we're standing, when release pose, then release the left arm, open to the side. And back through center. Now we're going to bring that left foot into our tree pose. So bringing it into the inside of your right thigh, your right calf. Bring your hands to heart center or overhead. Just taking a couple breaths here. And without releasing your foot, slowly bring your foot on top of your right knee, your hands at heart center, and slowly just start to bend. You can bring your hands down to your mat for a little balance. I'm just stretching that left hip. It's like our standing pigeon pose or standing figure four. The more you bend, the more you stretch that hip. And release that foot. Just shake them out. Inhaling back up. Bringing that right knee into our chest. Releasing the right arm out to the side. For just a standing twist. Back through center. Bring that right foot to the inside of the right calf or the right thigh. Hands at heart center or overhead. Our tree pose. Without releasing that knee down. Slowly bring it over on top of the left knee. Hands at heart center and slowly just start to sit back like a half chair pose. If you want a little more stability, you can bring your hands to the mat. Bend that left knee. And release. Empty your standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or step out to your plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And just bend the feet, bend the knees. And we're gonna just jump through to our seated staff pose. So your feet are out straight ahead of in front of us. Our feet are flexed. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, folding over. You can reach for your feet, that's great. You can use a strap also. Or just reach for your calves, your knees, whatever you can. Just want to keep your spine straight and your chest lifted as we're folding over from the hips, not anywhere else. And release your hands back behind you and just slowly push the hips up in a reverse plank, letting your head fall back. And release. Now I'm just going to turn to show you. Just going to leave your right leg out straight in front of you. Bring the left sole of your foot to the side of your right thigh. And slowly just hug that in as we twist to the side. If that feels good, you want a little more, you can bring that left foot and tuck it underneath your right hip, your left hip. We twist. Bring that elbow to the outside of the knee and twist. Breath here, inhaling, exhaling. And then instead of releasing, just let your knees fall on top of each other into our shoelace pose. Inhaling, lift our chest up. Exhale. Slowly walk them down. Inhaling back up. We're going to do the other leg. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Hugging that right knee into your chest, twisting towards the right. You want to tuck that left foot underneath. You want to hook that elbow for a little bit more of a twist, just keeping your spine straight and your chest lifted. One more breath here, inhaling in and exhaling. And releasing your knees so they're on top of each other. That feels good for you. If not, you could just release out into a sitting forward fold. That's fine. Inhaling up, exhaling, walking your hands out. Coming back up through center. Release your legs out straight in front of you. Actually bring the soles of your feet on your mat with your knees bent. We're just going to slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time, coming into our bridge pose. So our feet are close to our buttocks, our hands are at our sides. I'm going to inhale. On the exhale, just push our hips up. You want to grab your fists underneath, bringing your shoulder blades together. One more breath here. And release. Bring your knees into your chest. Release. We're going to do one more. You can do another bridge. Or if you want to come into wheel pose, bring your hands by your ears. Inhaling in and exhaling. Push up. Breath here, inhaling. And exhale, release. Bring your knees into your chest. Just going to rock back and forth, side to side. It feels good. Maybe move your knees in circles. And the other way. Release your feet. Just grab the outsides of your feet. Coming into our happy baby. If it feels good for you to sit in the stillness, you can just sit there still. If you want a little motion, just rocking side to side. And release your feet down. Bringing your right knee into your chest for that half wind release. Then bringing it down towards the left side of our mat. Our right hand is out, looking over our right fingertips. Your supine spinal twist. Letting your body relax now. It feels good too. You can also coming into reclined eagle pose. So just moving that knee down a little bit more. If you want to, wrapping the foot around the calf. Still looking over the right. Release back to center. We're going to do the other side. You're going to left knee into your chest. And exhale, bring it down towards the right side of your mat. Looking over your left fingertips. And then if you'd rather come into a reclined eagle, you can push that knee down and try and wrap that left foot around that right calf. Still getting that supine spinal twist, just a little bit easier. Back through center. You want to bring the soles of your feet together. It's a really good hip opener, really allows you to just release. Bring one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly. Just start aligning with your breath. Feeling the inhale come in through your mouth, through your nose, into your chest, into your belly. As you exhale, it goes out your belly, out your chest, out. If you want to stay here, you can. You can always release your legs into your regular Savasana. I like to leave my hand on my chest and my belly, but if you want to leave your hands at your side, you can do that also. Splay open to the both sides. Just slowly feel your body start to decompress and unwind from today's practice. If you have time today and you want to stay in Shavasana and meditate for a little while, that's beautiful, that's awesome. If you don't have the time, just give yourself another minute here. When you're ready, just feet up, come onto your left side, fetal position. Slowly bring yourself up to cross-legged position. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, down through heart center. Just thanking your body for showing up today, for being there for you today, for honoring it today. Remember our intention of Saucha, of purity, of cleanliness, purity of mind, purity of being, purity of self. And try and keep those thoughts with you throughout the day. And always come back to your mat. Thank you guys for joining me this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions about Saucha or about any of the other yamas or niyamas, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to talk about them. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.